In this video, I'm going to be discussing some of my very favorite pocket notebooks. I'll go over the specs, I'll show you guys paper tests, and I'll tell you what I like and don't like about each of these notebooks coming up. Blake here with Blake's Broadcast. On this channel, I review fountain pens, paper, and ink, and as always, I put links in the show notes in the description below. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, it really helps out my channel. Alright, let's get on with the review. So, here are some of my favorite pocket notebooks. I've been carrying a notebook in my pocket for the last 10 years. I also have a favorite pocket pen, which I'll talk about at the end. I just like to be able to write down notes or thoughts in the moment. I've never really gotten on with any of the note apps in my phone. It just, to me, they always feel clumsy. So I really like having these. They're very small. They don't take up a lot of space, and they're just very easy to carry in like a jeans pocket. Let's go left to right here, starting with the Silvine Pocket. These come in a pack of 3 for $7, and you can get these at thepapermind.com. For Blake's Broadcast viewers and subscribers, you can get 10% off with code BB10 at checkout. This is basically a shrunken down version of the Silvine Memo book that I reviewed a little while ago. I'll put a link to that up in the corner. These are $5, and you get 3 of these for $7. All the features are still here. So we have that saddle stitched spine, so really durable, the exact same super fountain pen friendly paper, made in England, English paper, also really good quality. We have a bookmark, just like on the main size one, and we also have perforated pages, so the pages are very easy to take out. This is definitely the most full featured, I suppose, of these. Size wise, 110 by 72 millimeters. Now, the Life Noble Note, which we'll come to next, is a proper A7 size, and you can see that the Silvine is just a little bit taller than that. Now, this has 40 pages, and this has 60 pages, so the Noble Note is a little bit thicker. This has Life's typical writing paper in the cream color, and this is a very nice laid paper of theirs. Moving on to the Diamond Memo. Now, this Diamond Memo Premium, this is a discontinued memo book. When I first went to Japan, I went to Itoya and I bought a ton of notebooks, and this Diamond Memo was one of them. When I went back the second time, I bought like 30 or 40 of these because these were my everyday pocket notebook for a really, really long time. And I am going to be letting go of some of these on thepapermind.com. These will be $3 each. They'll be all brand new, unused. Like I said, I bought 30 or 40 of them. I guess I was a little over ambitious, but Midori has discontinued this version of the notebook. These are $3 each on thepapermind.com. The differences between these two are not that big. It's really more of a style thing. You know, this says premium. This is the section version. The ruled lined version of this memo book doesn't actually have anything on it. And, you know, we have like these brass rings that look a little bit nicer. It just has more of a, I guess, premium look to it. In terms of performance, I'll show the paper performance in a little bit here, but the standard Diamond Memo has bright white paper. The premium version has a really nice cream paper. Performance-wise, very similar. This has also a sort of brownish gray print, whereas this is blue, and I think the ruled version of this has like a green ruling, but the ruling is the same as we have here for the Diamond Memo version, where we have a solid line with a dot, and then we have these dotted lines, and again kind of mirrored down here, and then we have Midori. So these are our, you know, really nice notebooks since 1961 on the front here, and you can see I kind of did my paper test right there. Both are really nice. I'm letting go of about 20 or so of these that I have left, but this was the one that I carried for a really long time. One other thing that I do like about these, you know, they have like a plasticky cover, they have rounded corners, so you're not going to be bumping corners in your pocket. You know, by the time I finish one of these, they do get a little bit worn in the corners. Not a big deal, but you know, these covers are paper versus plastic, and they're rounded. The books blocks are rounded on these. This is also another Life product. This, I think it's discontinued. These little memo books were designed as temporary business cards is what I think they were used for, or maybe you use them for place settings. It's a glued binding, but the pages tear straight out. It is Life's watermarked laid paper. These are really nice. These are just really tiny, 20 sheets, very small. So when I need something that's just really low profile, I go for one of these. I'm gonna inquire and see if I can get these, if they still make them. They're really nice. This is probably the least durable one, just because of the way that it's put together. It doesn't have a stitched binding like the Noble Note and the Silvine. The pages, the sheets just tear out perfectly. But these are really nice. Now, let's talk about paper performance. So again, it's the Silvine Pocket has the exact same paper as the Memo book. So I'm going to show the Memo book's paper test. It's the same. Really good performance here. We actually get a good amount of sheen on this paper. Perfect fountain pen performance. No bleeding. We do have some show through here, obviously, but there's no bleeding. Really only some of the troublemaker pens came through a little bit. Now on the Life, this is a more simple paper test. Most fountain pens do pretty well. I've used Life paper a good amount, and you get some spotting. It's really not bad. It's a very smooth paper. The pens that had problems were more like the Uniball Air Micro, which is a roller ball. The Pentel Energel came through a little bit. You know, this is a lighter paper. I use these all the time. This is the one that I'm personally carrying right now, and it works great with fountain pens. I don't have an issue with it. Now, going on to the Midori Diamond Memo, everything here looks really good on the face. And on the back, we have no bleeding. You know, you can tell maybe like the Pentel Energel and the Uni Streamline, maybe they're just trying to come through ever so slightly. And on the white version, basically the same story. The Pentel Energel maybe kept trying to come through a little bit, but otherwise very fountain pen friendly. Yeah, that's pretty much it for these. I would say for me, you know, this was my favorite for a really long time. The tricky part about a memo book is getting back to the right spot. Flipping these back and forth, trying to find certain things, somehow just, I don't know, a normal book like this, I find it's easier for me to find my spot. I get kind of lost and turned around in these, which is ultimately why I've started going for these two more. But, you know, usually if I finish one of these, a lot of times I'll go back to one of these. They're both really good. You know, in the pocket, the back pocket, I think these work better. In the front pocket, they're pretty close. This is narrower. Both are really nice to carry. Now, I typically don't carry a fountain pen in my pocket. I do have some pocket fountain pens, but I use this. This is a platinum pocket pen, and it's just, it twists and it extends. It's very small. I've carried this for, I think, 7 or so years. It's held up pretty well. It's a metal body. Takes a standard D1 refill, so you can have really nice gel ink refills or standard ballpoint refills. They're easy to buy, and they write pretty nice. I mean, of course, it's not as good as a fountain pen, but I don't have to worry about a fountain pen leaking in my pocket, and this just clips to like the little coin pocket or whatever that little pocket is in my jeans. This is my favorite that I've had so far. Pros and cons for the pocket notebooks. Well, let's start with the Memo books from Midori. I really enjoy these. They are durable. The paper is very fountain pen friendly, and they have a nice look to them. You get multiple options for ruling, and they're pretty affordable. I find that I get lost flipping through them. It's just this style of notebook, but you know, I carried one of these in my pocket for many years, and it did work for me, but there's some flipping around. And about the M375, the Life name card, this, I really like this because it's super tiny. It has the sort of glued together binding like you would get on a notepad, so the sheets just tear off really, really easily. It's not the easiest to write on. I mean, really, it's just, you know, tiny little scribbling here. There's not a lot of structure to it, and this is the least durable of all the notebooks here, but it's very small, so I do like that. And of course, the other downside is that this is, I think, discontinued, or at least I currently can't find a place to buy them. Up next is the Life Noble Note. So these I really like. We have their nice laid Life writing paper. It's very smooth. It's a comfortable notebook. We get 30 sheets here, so 60 pages. It's a good size, and it's a standard size, A7. I always like a standard size. Decoration is nice on here. In terms of fountain pen friendly paper, this is, you know, probably towards the bottom, but if you write with normal with pens, you're not going to really have much issue with bleeding. You can definitely write on both sides of the page, even with a broad or medium nib. It's very doable. And I also like that it's stitched, so it's very strong. Really nice little notebook here. Coming to the Silvine Originals Pocket. I'm tempted to say that this is my current favorite. I like the kind of old school looks of these. I like that they come with a bookmark. I like that the pages are perforated, unlike in the Life. It's also stitched, so these are very durable. In terms of the non-plastic covered memo books, I think these are more durable than the Life. Although really, when I'm saying these are more durable, the construction here is really equal. The cover on the Silvine, I just think is a little bit heavier, a little bit more durable, but both will definitely take a good beating. I like that we have, again, bookmark. In terms of cons, this is the biggest notebook here. It's a little bit bigger than a 7 size. Honestly, in the pocket, I can't really tell the difference between these two. This is a little bit thinner because it's only 20 sheets, all made in England, English paper, which I do think is cool because there's just not a lot of that. There's a lot of Japanese notebooks, so to have something that's made in England with English paper is pretty cool, and the paper here is the best with fountain pens. I would say out of all of them, I do think it does beat the Midori. Once you start getting to really wet nibs, this actually performs the best. So that is pretty much it. Do you guys have any of these notebooks? Do you like these notebooks? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more fountain pen, paper, and ink videos, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much, and until next time.